So today we'll start with another data structures in Python that are dictionaries. Okay, so far we have seen string data types, list data types, tuple, sets. Now there is another type of data type that is called dictionaries. So dictionaries, it's what is a dictionary? It's a collection of key value pairs. Okay, so yesterday we talked about tuples, right? So tuples can be used as a keys of value pairs for a dictionary. So the combination you can use it. So that's what we have talked about yesterday. So dictionary is a combination of key value pairs. How does it look like? So you'll have a key and a value, key and a value. So every value will have a key. Okay, so let me start recording here also.
Meeting is being recorded.
So dictionary is a combination of key value pairs. So what are the properties of a dictionary? So it's an unordered and uh, its order is based on the insertion. So at whatever the order, at whatever place you insert, uh, it might be inserted at whatever place you might insert that record. So it does not follow a strict order, like only after the end of the dictionary it should get inserted. Then it's a mutable. So dictionary is a mutable. So again, if we go back to our data types, and then what were the mutable and immutable data types? So we have strings, integer, and floating point values. These are immutable data types, even tuples. And coming to mutable data types, we have lists and dictionaries and sets also. So yesterday we saw about sets, right? So sets is also mutable, but there is one more concept in set called frozen set. So if we have a frozen set, that will be immutable. So that means if I freeze set values, that is immutable. So this is how uh, data types are distributed between immutable and mutable. So why dictionaries are important? So there are three reasons we can look at. So it acts as a fast lookup. Then we can store structured information in a dictionary, and I can use a dictionaries for APIs. So generally, what happens is, as we human beings, we understand data in a tabular format, but when come to programs, they need they follow a specific structure. So they understand data when you give them in a proper format. So that would be either list, either tuples or dictionaries. So we pass these information from one application to other application using these data structures. So that's why these data structures such as list, tuples, dictionaries, they are very important. So one program can interact with another program using this data structures. So one of them is dictionaries. So we use dictionaries for API, application programming interface, or if you want to set up configurations of any application, so we can use dictionaries. Or if I want to store user data, I can use dictionaries. So uh, let's start with this. How do I create a dictionary? So in our previous sessions, we saw how to create a list, how to create a tuple, how to create a set. Now here we'll see how to create a dictionary. Okay. So now what we said, dictionary is a combination of key value pairs. So I will have a key and its associated value. I will have another key and its associated value. So now let's come down here. Okay, so name is my key and value is Alice, and age is my key and its value is 20. Grade is my key, its value is A. So this is how a list. Okay. So you might have noticed yesterday we used sets, right? Sets also uses curly brackets, but the difference there is, so the sets are totally different data sets. It does not allow duplicates. It will automatically remove duplicates, and it does not use these key value pairs. So dictionary, it uses, like, it does not have indexing. So it will consider name as its index. So let's see, how do I access values in a dictionary? Okay. So if I want to access the name of a student, I have to call the key. What is the key here? This is the key. I have to call by its key. This is the key. This is the key. This is the key. So this is key 1. This is second. This is third key. So this is how dictionaries are a key value pair. So if I want to print the name Alice, if I want to access the name Alice from my dictionary, so I have to say student of name. So this is how I can access. So if I say, so this is my dictionary, it's stored in my student variable. Okay. So I can check what type of data type it is using type function. So it says it is a dictionary. Next, what I'll say, student of name. So when I say this, what it will access? It will access the value of my key. So what is the value of my key? Alice. This is value. So using keys, we are able to access its value. So this is how it works in dictionaries. Okay. So there is another way to access values from a dictionary using inbuilt get function. So we have a get function in Python. So what I'll say, student dot get, then I'll define my key. So what is my key? If I say name, so it will get Alice. So dot get is a safer way to access dictionaries. Why? Because we'll see in the below slides. Okay, so moving to next slide, let's compare list with dictionaries in a way that we'll understand how does it differ. So because we are learning a lot of data structures, right? So to avoid this confusion, so I'm always comparing list because lists are easier to understand, so that we have good understanding of how these data structures differ. So in list we are indexing, right? So from if you are indexing from the beginning, it will start from 0. If you are indexing from the end, it will start from the negative integers. But in dictionaries there is no such thing. So we are we don't have indexes. We don't access dictionary by its position. Okay. So can we do slicing with list? Yes, we can do slicing of the data. So if I say 1 is to 4, then it will bring that particular set from my list. When it comes to dictionaries, there are no slicing. Slicing is not possible. And how do I access list? We'll access through index integer. So whatever, where it will be positive integer or negative integer. But when it comes to dictionaries, I will access it through the key names. So the key name can be uh, key value. So here we have seen my key was name, so accessed, uh, I accessed it by name. So when it comes to order, lists, they are always ordered. So from version 3.7, dictionaries are ordered, but based on keys. So they are always ordered based on keys, not on indexes. So unlike lists, they are always ordered based on their indexes 0, 1, 2, 3. But dictionaries are ordered based on their index, their keys. Okay. So this is the key difference. So that way you will have a good idea how do these data structures differ. Okay. So now let's see a sample example. Okay. So in list, if I have a list, apple, banana, cherry. So if I want to access apple, I'll say fruits of one. So it will bring my value at one position, that is banana. But when it comes to dictionary, if you try to access in the same way, what happens? It will raise an error. So if I say student of 0, then it will raise an error, key 0. So that means there is no key called 0. That's what it's saying. So what is the key here? Key is name. It will bring. Okay, so I'll revert this back. Okay, so this will error out if we try out. Okay, so we can access dictionaries by its key. Now, what are the methods? So, in our previous sessions for strings, for lists, for tuples, we saw there are some methods that we can use. So, similarly, there are some methods with dictionary also. So, here is a quick comparison table to show what are the methods that we had in list and what methods we have in dictionaries. Okay, so in list we have append, insert to add certain item, but in dictionaries we can directly add a new key value pair, or I can use update function, inbuilt function, to update a dictionary. Or if I want to remove item from a list, I'll use pop, remove, delete. Same way I can use pop, delete, or pop item in dictionary. So these will uh, work based on their default behavior. So I can use in operator to search certain value in a list. Same way I can use in operator. So we can it will so in list we can directly check the value, but in dictionary we cannot check the value directly. So if we can use in operator, so this will do a check of keys only. We can do a check of keys. Then again, we have to write one more function, one more logic inside it to check the values then. So that's how it will work. This is the difference here. So we have sort and sorted functions in a list. So that will, if we write sort, we can sort a list by ascending or descending order. Sorted means by default it will sort the entire list in ascending order. If you have 1 2 3 4 in jumbled orders, it sort that list into 1 2 3 4 in ascending order. So no direct sort method, must sort keys manually. So we have to sort the keys manually here in the dictionaries. So we can reverse a list and using reverse inbuilt function in the Python. But when it comes to dictionaries, there is no direct method to reverse the keys. We have to reverse the keys manually. Okay. So we can copy a list. Same way, we can copy a dictionary to another variable. And we can find the length of a list. Yes, we can use length function to find the length of a list. Similarly, I can find the length of a dictionary. So it will take the keys, only keys, it will count how many keys it has. So when we do length of dic, whatever, I mean, a dictionary we have. So here, if I say length of student, my student dictionary, then it will count the number of keys inside the dictionary. Okay, so These are the comparison table, so that way it makes our understanding clear between these data structures. So what are the different ways to access dictionary? So one, we saw that I can access it through the key. So what are my keys? Name is my key, age is my key, grade is my key. Okay. And you notice dictionaries also is created using open and close curly brackets. Okay. So whatever comes before my colon, it's a key, and whatever comes after a colon, it's a value, then comma. So this is my one key value, this is my another key value. So same way I can add multiple of them. So now let's see, using get method, how I can access uh, our dictionary in different ways. So what is the get method? The get method is used to safely access the value of a key in a dictionary. So if I want to access the value of a key from my dictionary safely, I can use get method. So how is it safe? Why student of name? Why is it not safe? So let's look at that. Okay. So if I type student of grade, student dot get grade. So grade key is available. Yes, it's available. Let me run it. So it's giving it. So if I give a random key which is not available, so it says none. So this is a safer way to access. But in the same way, if I say student of grade, so I'm accessing with direct key access. So I'm accessing its value by directly using a key. So I said this, I got the value. If I say grade 1, so which is not available in my dictionary. So if I run it, so it will error out. So what error does it say? Key error. So there is no key called grade 1. So that's the reason why we are saying dot get method in dictionaries is a safe way to access. So why is it safe way? So dot get method is used to safely access the value of a key in a dictionary. If the key exists, it returns value. What if it does not exist? Then it returns none, or you can throw an exception. So you can say if the key does not exist, I can I will have an option to uh, give a default value. So let's say marks key is not available. So if marks key is not available in my student dictionary, so by default I'm displaying this n not available, or you can say n a, something like this abbreviation. Okay. So next, uh, okay. So this is completed, right? Okay. Okay. So next we have uh, keys method. So we can access a list using keys method, dot keys. So I have this dictionary student, and this is my key, this is my value, key value, key value. So what I'm saying, print student dot keys. So let me comment this out for now. So if I run this, so it's bringing all my keys only. So here you can see, so it says dict keys. So it means dictionary keys. So name is a key, age, grade. So I can add one more subject. Maths. So automatically it took this one more key as subject. So same way, let's say if I want to loop through my keys, I'll use for loop. So for key, so this I defined as a variable. Key is my variable in student dot keys. So this is my method. So this is my dictionary student, which is here, and I'm saying dot keys. So dot keys, what it will get? Name. So I'm looping through all these keys. Okay, so let me run this now. Okay, it looped through all the keys and got me the key names separately. What is the name of this? What is the key name? Name. What is the key name? Age. What is this key name? Grade. What is the key name? A subject. Okay, so this is how we can use keys method. And there is one more method called values method. So this values method is used to get only the values from our dictionary. So I have a dictionary called student, and in this student dictionary I have key value and key value, all three key value pairs I have. So in this key value pairs, what I'm saying, I just want the values. I'm concerned about getting the values. So in that case, I can use dot values function. So similarly, you can notice here, we can print dot values. It will get me all the values inside a dictionary. So same way, if I add one more key value pair here, then it will get me another value also. So those values, I'm unpacking them. So I'm just displaying it separately here, Alice 20A maths. So now we can combine these keys and values together. Okay. So we'll see that also. So now there is one more method called items method. So we can use items method to grab both key and value at a time. So let me just run till here. So this is my dictionary. So what I'm saying, dictionary dot item. So whatever items I have, just display it. So when I say that, so it says dic underscore items. So you can see here, I got this is my list and this is my tuple. So it shows these values in a tuple. Here you can see tuple data set. So there is a this tuple inside a list. So that is how it displays. So now, what is the first one? It's a name, its value. So it combine each of these key value pairs in a tuple. So first key value pair in one tuple, second key value pair in another tuple, third key value pair in another tuple. So now what I am saying, so I'll write a for loop to extract this key and put it here in my web. So key is my variable I'm defining here. So whatever keys are there, I'll take in key variable. So whatever its associated values there, I'll take in value variable. Then finally, I'll use print statement to print those in a loop one by one. So finally, when I run this, so this is how you can see. I pick name from the tuple here and I picked value from here and printed it here. So then again I went into another iteration of for loop. Then I picked age and printed value 20. Then I picked grade and we printed its value a. So this is how it will work out. So list. You can use items method to loop a dictionary. So this is very important methods because accessing a dictionary is different than accessing a list. So lists are simple, but dictionary, so we have to use these methods to access it easily. Okay. Hmm. So same way I can use for loop to access a student values and print keys also. So how can I do that? Just by key, you can notice here I am using for loop for key. So key is my variable in student. So I'm checking check keys in my dictionary. Okay, use that key. And what I'm saying, student of key, so it first it will go iterate student of name, student of age, student of grade. So it will iterate every time name, age and grade and bring its value here. So it will bring the keys from this variable and we are printing it here. So this is how it will loop through and print this. So this is another way we can use for loops to iterate over a dictionary. Okay, now I can use the same method to check if any key exists in my dictionary. Okay, so we talked about this topic at the start. Like in list, you can directly check whether this value exists or not in a list. But in terms of dictionary, you cannot check whether allies exist in this dictionary. You have to check whether this key name exists in a student. Then again, you have to write another nested um, a statement to check whether this value Alice exists in the dictionary. So that is how it will work in dictionaries. So, so what we are saying, if name, so is the key name, is the key called name available in student dictionary? So that's what we are asking it. So it's just checking it. Yes, name key exists. So if I just print here, and if I can write else here, it will go to my else statement. Okay, I need to give colon and print it. So see, I have changed the key name and it says no, the key name key does not exist. So I'm just saying no. So this is how it will work. So now we looked at how to create a dictionary, how to access values from a dictionary, how does it differ from a list, and now let's see how to modify a dictionary. Okay, how to add also we have seen. So just you can add another key value pair and dictionary values will be added. Okay, so now let's see how to modify dictionary. So since dictionaries are mutable data type, you can modify it. So how can I modify it? So let's say I have age 20, I want to modify it to 21. So I'll first access that dictionary using key student of age is equal to 21. So this syntax would be student of key. So what is my key? Student of age is my key. So putting a key here and giving a new value. And I'm saying student of city. City is not here. So let me write. Okay, so okay. So another way to modify, like if the value does not exist, I can define it here and add it in my dictionary. So you can notice here, we don't have city here. So I'm adding it, updating my dictionary. So I have updated the dictionary of the age from 20, it became 21, and city did not exist in my dictionary. So I added city also and its value. Okay, so next I can remove items from my dictionary. So when I say student dot pop, and it will remove the grade. So let's bring our dictionary here down so that we can notice it. Okay, so this is my dictionary. So it removed. So let me print my dictionary one more time. Print student. So now you can see this complete key value pair is removed. So the what is the default behavior of pop? It will remove the last item from a data structure. So whatever the last item, it will remove it. Okay. or you can specifically mention it. So let's say if I do not mention, what happens? Let's check it. Student.pop. Okay, so it expects at least one argument. Okay, so in list, you can see in list, there the default behavior was, we, even if we do not give, it would automatically remove the last element, but that's not the case with dictionary. So we have to give what you want to remove. Okay, so I say I want to remove grade. So similarly, if I say I want to remove age, so it is expecting at least one argument. So I can say I want to remove age. So this is how we can do it. So from this dictionary, so let me copy this dictionary here. Student equal to this, and I'm saying delete city, delete student of city. So I'm accessing the dictionary by its key and deleting that particular key value. So now when I finally print it, so I see this does not exist. City does not exist. Okay. So far we have seen dictionaries. Now here I have another example called nested dictionary. So here you can see, now we saw an example of student. Now what if we have lot of students? So again, it's a nested key value pairs. So this is my key. This complete dictionary is my value. Okay, so this is called nested dictionary. So this is my key, and complete, this is complete, starting from here, this complete dictionary itself is my value. So this is called nested dictionary. Okay, so in this case, how do you access, student 1 name, or student two's age, student three's marks? How do you access them? So we can use double square brackets after. This is how I can access. I can use double square brackets. I can say students of, okay, this is main key. I'll access first, I'll type main key, then type sub key. So this is the syntax. So what I'm saying, students of, what is my main key? Student 1. So in students 1 record, I want the name of the student. So then it will bring Alice. Okay, so there is a typo error. Students is not okay. I need to run this particular. Okay, so I ran this. Now students dictionary is declared now. So let me run this print statement. So now you can see we got Alice. When I run this, we got Alice. Okay, so same way I'm saying, I will say I want student two's marks. Then I can get student two marks. So what is student two marks? 90. So that is how I can access nested dictionary through supplying main key and sub key in the variable. So how do I print uh, how many keys, how many main keys I have? So I can use for loop for I in students. So students is my dictionary, and print. So it will print all of the main keys here. The same way we saw that items uh, method, right? So I can use that item method, student dot items, to print what are the keys available. So another way of doing it. But now let's say I want to print both key and values. So how do I do that? So same thing, I can use the same method, student.items, grab whatever key comes from these items, grab it in the key variable, value, grab it in the value variable. Now print them in the for loop. Print key and access value. So here you can see we will get value. What will be the value? Value will be the complete dictionary. So again, from that dictionary, we are accessing that individual key values from that dictionary. So this is how it will look like. So what if you don't, what happens if you don't access value of name, value of marks, value of age? So this is how it will look like. So it will bring complete dictionary. So let me exclude all these and run it. So you can notice here, this is my key, this is my value. It's bringing complete dictionary as a value. So now what I'm saying, by using these print statements, value of name. So what I'm saying, value of name, bring Alice only. Value of age, bring 20, age 20 only, bring marks only. So again, I'm saying unpack these from a dictionary. So when I run this, this is how it will look like. So this is the different ways to access nested dictionaries. So now if I want to filter a certain data, like bring a dictionary key, I mean name, age, marks, only if student's age is greater than 20. So I can write if condition in my for loop. So again, going back to our conditional statements, this is how we combine for loop and conditional statements and just print it. Okay, so this is how we print this. Now for key comma value in student dot item. So if I want to check any other key, like if I want to check marks, only if marks is greater than 95, bring all those student names and their details. So this is how I can write it. So these are the students who have marks greater than 85. Okay. So the same way. So what I was talking about was so um, for this student dictionary, so I can say I can grab student ID key and student values in student info variables, and I can print them here. So I can print them in this format like student and its info dot name, info dot age. So this is how I can print student details if student marks is greater than 85. So these two, like here, whatever we write after for loop, the key value. So these are just variables. You can change them also. So here you can see I wrote the same thing, but here it's student ID and student info. So next we have uh, same nested data structure. So I can combine everything. So I can write this uh, data structure, nested data structure. I can write this for loop. So this for loop, I'm saying if age greater than 20, only get student details. So I can run this program. So it will get all of those student details whose age is greater than 20. So that's all for today for dictionaries. We will, so here are some practice problems. So what you do is create a student database with name and marks, create a product catalog with item and price, create an employee record with ID and profile. So create these dictionaries and practice these problems. Check if product exists or not. So how do you update marks of a student? How do you remove an employee? Print all product and prices. How do you access nested dictionary values? Okay, so these are the problems you can solve. Okay, so to quickly recap, dictionaries are combination of key value pairs. You can have nested dictionaries. There is a You can access dictionaries through its keys only, and it's a mutable data type. Okay, so that's it for today. We'll meet on Monday. Thank you.